Welcome everybody to a different type of video on my channel. My name is CubeProductions. Today we're playing Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and we're playing online in the regulation. I believe this is D ladder with a really interesting team. So a long time ago, one of my subscribers had asked me, "Can I play Pokemon? Like do more Pokemon videos on my channel?" And I had said yes. And I did not know what kind of video I wanted to make because I had not played Pokemon competitively in a long time, and I already beat the game, so I didn't want to do a second playthrough, so I was really confused with what I should do. But I thought about it, and I realized making fun teams or making interesting teams is my favorite thing to do, so I'm going to make teams like these that are really good. Well, not really good, but like are really fun for me to use, and I'll make videos on them. So if you want to see more videos just like this, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I love reading y'all's comments. I know it's a different type of video than Dead by Daylight, but like I said, if you enjoy, make sure you leave a like and tell me in the comments. So we're using 6 Pokemon like always. We're using Iron Hands, super Pokemon that literally doesn't die to anything. A very simple set, max HP, max attack. It is Wild Charge, Heavy Slam, Fake Out, and Drain Punch with Assault Vest, and Terra Water. Thundermate, another dumb Pokemon that can one-shot everything. Using Dazzling Gleam, Shadow Ball, Icy Wind to lower people's speed, and Moonblast, which allows us to one-shot everything using our choice specs. Cheng-Pao, another Pokemon that can one-shot everything. This team is basically about one-shotting everything. Lowers the defense of all the Pokemon because that's fair. And then using Icicle Crash, Protect, Sucker Punch, and Sacred Sword. With Terra Ghost, though, we can't be hit by fighting type moves, and we're immune to also normal type moves as well. We're using the special tech on the team, Hawlucha, having Protect, Swords Dance, Flying Press, and Brave Bird with a Terra Steel, and it, in combination with my Weezing. So the reason why I made this team was because I like making different teams based on like what I like to do. One of my favorite things is Hawlucha. I like this Pokemon a lot. I don't think it's that good right now in the meta, but I do like the Pokemon. If it had like more attack, I think it'd be better. But at the moment, like I said, I have Swords Dance. So the main plan is to use it with Weezing, because this Weezing is different than most Weezings. Some Weezings, well, not some, most Weezings will use neutralizing gas, making it so that way every ability is suppressed, except for, of course, Photosynthesize and Quirk Drive. You have the items that automatically turn it on. But this Weezing has Misty Surge. So we're going to set up the Misty Terrain, and then we're going to use our Misty Seed with Hawlucha, and it will give us a double in speed because Hawlucha's abilities are unburdened. And basically, Hawlucha will outspeed every Pokemon in the entire game, besides Regieleki, I believe. And then we can hopefully kill things with Brave Bird and Flying Press. But because Hawlucha's attack stat is not the highest compared to like Iron Hands, we are using Cheng-Pao to lower the defense of Pokemon, and also we're using Swords Dance to boost our attack. That way we can actually do a high amount of damage to every Pokemon that we're fighting against. Weezing having Misty Surge is also really, really good because of the fact that Misty Surge stops a lot of things, but I'll explain more as we continue the battles. It has Sludge Bomb, which is really good coverage. Clear Smog and kill the fight against Dondozo or whatever, or any Pokemon trying to set up on me. Strange Steam, because it's a really strong fairy type move that it gets, and it also has Protect. I didn't know what ability to give it, not ability. I didn't know what item to give it, so I just gave it Terrain Extender, which is actually pretty useful on it, because having 8 turns of terrain instead of 5 makes it even harder and more annoying to deal with. And lastly, we have Orgrimmon. We all know the Pokemon does. It kills everything in one hit at the fire one. So it's time to win with Orgrimmon and this really cool team. So let's see how well we do in these battles. Okay, our first opponent today is Renata, using a really simple team that everyone uses all the time, with Torkoal, Lilligant, Indeedee, Armarouge, I can't remember the name of this Pokemon. Something Dragon. It's a dragon. Regidrago, there we go, and Ursaluna. Basically, this team is really, really strong, and I have fought against it multiple times on the ladder, so I know exactly how to beat it with my team. As you'll see, my lead will be, of course, Iron Hands, and you're going to see me, I believe I do Iron Hands Hawlucha. No, I use Iron Hands Orgrimmon, there we go. And then in the back, I'll have Weezing, because there's 2 different starts they can do with this team. Well, it's not really 2, like 3 different starts they can do. They can do Lilligant plus Torkoal, or Lilligant plus Regidrago. Or the main one they do is going to be Indeedee plus Armarouge, because Indeedee can just use Follow Me or Helping Hand and set up the Psychic Terrain. And then Armarouge can hit you with the Expanding Balance and kill your entire team because it's fair and balanced. Well, let's get to the game so I can show you how great my team is. Okay, so my opponent leads off with Indeedee, Armarouge, so obvious as I expected it, and Iron Hands and Orgrimmon is my lead. So, of course, I'm going to have Mold Breaker, but as you know, Psychic Surge exists, and you cannot use priority moves against Pokemon on the ground if Psychic Surge is up. So I know this, but I'm still going to use Fake Out on Armarouge anyway, and then we're going to switch out our Orgapon into, of course, our Weezing. That way they cannot get off any moves in doing things special. By the way, Fake Out always goes before Follow Me, in case you don't know. They're both priority moves, but Fake Out has the highest priority. And because we set up the Misty Surge instead of the Psychic Surge, now we have the ability to actually hit Pokemon with Fake Out. He's gonna Terra, and it's kind of obvious because he's always gonna Terra into one of two types, Grass or Psychic, and he chose Psychic. Because Expanding Force that hits everyone in Psychic Terrain boosted, plus Stab Psychic plus Terra Psychic is not already broken enough. We have to just get it even stronger and use Helping Hand. So you can try and use this on my Pokemon, but no, we have Fake Out. So we're going to stop all that shenanigans right there. So now we're in a really good position because basically he's going to have to use Follow Me probably, or he's going to keep using Helping Hand. And I'm going to Terra with my Iron Hands into Terra Water, the way I don't have to take super effective damage from this Rouge. Now the problem is my Weezing is definitely weak to Psychic, so it will get obliterated by any move. So I know this, and I'm going to just sack off my Fluttermane in case he decides to attack my Weezing, because he most likely will. But the reason why I want to keep Weezing alive is in case he switches out his Indeedee so I can reset up the terrain. Losing Fluttermane is not a good idea, considering how Fluttermane can one-shot like half the Pokemon on his team. It's a really good counter to Regidrago, is a really good counter to Litigant if the sun's not up. It's a really good counter to Ursaluna. But at the same time, if he's not using those Pokemon, which he probably won't be using two of them, then I don't really need my Fluttermane, if I'm being honest. He's going to Expanding Force, Helping Hand it with Death and Psychic Terra, and Fluttermane get obliterated. Even though Fluttermane has a really high throw defense stat, it does not survive against Rouge, because Rouge is really strong. Now, the only problem with this is I don't have a move that can actually hit this Rouge really well besides Wild Charge. I didn't want to use Heavy Slam because I don't know how heavy Rouge is, and I didn't want to look up the weight values in the middle of the game. So I just decided to just use Electric, Wild Charge. So now I have to decide if I'm going to send out Orgapon or Weezing. I chose Orgapon because I realized which one of them is faster, and I wanted to pick the fastest Pokemon. And luckily for me, I picked Orgapon. So most Rouges will use either Weak Armor as their ability, or will have the ability Flash Fire. I believe it's Flash Fire. I could be wrong about that, but I'm almost certain that Rouge gets Flash Fire. But no, I lied. It's not Flash Fire. It's Flame Body. It's one of the two. But either way, this one does not have Weak Armor. So when I hit it with that Wild Charge, it did not get a speed buff. That is probably because of the fact that his Indeedee is going to set up Trick Room, or is going to have the ability to set up Trick Room. Indeedee switches out, which I expected, because of the fact that you don't really have a good option against my you don't really have a really good way to set up the terrain. You're gonna have to reset up the terrain, that way you can actually do lots of damage. Because I have a strange feeling he's gonna go after my Orgapon, considering how Orgapon is a bigger threat in my opinion than this Iron Hands. I had a feeling he can go after it, but for some reason Rouge is slower than my Iron Hands. I did not know Rouge was that slow. So he really must be using a Trick Room team because his Pokemon are really slow. So Indeedee's gonna come back out, and I'm like, oh great, the Psychic Terrain is up. But it doesn't really matter that much because of the fact that even though it is up, I don't really care because I'm not gonna have him priority moves anyway. And the fact that and also the only thing he really does is boost his Psychic type damage, but I don't really care about that. We don't have priority moves anyway. So Indeedee's gonna probably go for like Helping Hand Eruption because all Torkoals do is use Eruption. So I'm kind of prepared for that. But Torkoal actually goes for Protect, and I'm like, uh-oh. That means he's probably going for Trick Room. So my Summoning Champion does nothing because he protects, and I'm like, uh-oh. And then Indeedee's like, let me show you how to actually use Trick Room. My Drain Bun does have his HP, but Indeedee's like, I have this thing called Rocky Helmet, and then my health bar goes back down. So the healing I got was for nothing. Like, I literally healed and lost more health. I'm confused. Then Trick Room gets set up. Now, that's kind of a bad thing because of the fact that now Helping Hand Eruption will obliterate me. But because of the fact that I am Terra Water, I'm a little problem. I'm almost certain I can survive a hit with my with my Pokemon. So I was gonna switch into a Weezing because of the fact that Weezing I'll just sack off my Weezing, but then it hit me. Why don't I just use Spiky Shield? So now I'm gonna hit them with a Spiky Shield, and he's gonna clap those hands, and now Torkoal's gonna be ready to Eruption, obliterate the entire field. But Spiky Shield first. So Spiky Shield is going to block all the damage from the Eruption. And let's see how much damage my Assault Vested Terra Water Iron Hand sticks. Literally almost does more than half. Then we'll use Drain Punch to get my health back. So basically, we're in a really weird position where I have to keep using Drain Punch over and over and over again if I want to kill this Torkoal. So I'm going to use Drain Punch one more time. And I'm going to use, I'm going to switch into my Weezing because of the fact that I know Eruption won't kill at this range because of the fact that he has low HP. Eruption does more damage based on how much HP you have. So because I have him almost at half, the Eruption damage will be cut. So even though, but Helping Hand will still make it do a lot of damage anyway. So here we go. I know my I know my Iron Hands will survive the Eruption, but instead he goes for Heat Wave, and I'm like, okay. And then Weezing dodges it, and then Iron Hands gets hit. Thankfully, because of the Misty Surge, we can't be burned no matter what. So because of that reason, I don't have to worry about a burn reducing my damage, which also reduces my healing. I get back from my Drain Punch. So now I see Torkoal's half. So I was afraid that Torkoal was going to just use Protect. So I purposely decided to double target Indeedee because I was like, Torkoal can definitely Protect right here. Yes, he outspeeds everything. Well, he outslows everything thanks to the Trick Room. But I'm still scared of a Protect, so I'm gonna go target Indeedee instead. But instead, he goes for another Helping Hand Eruption or Helping Hand Heat Wave. But this time, Iron Hands dodges it. I'm like, okay. And then Weezing's obliterated because Weezing does not have a really high spell defense, and it's Sun boosted, Helping Hand boosted, Stab, Heat Wave. There's no way I'm living. So now I'm gonna hit the Indeedee, get a bunch of health back, and then lose all the health again because of Rocky Helmet. Fine. But luckily for me, the Harsh Sunlight is gone, and all I have to do is send out Orgrimmon, and it's pretty obvious, but I'm going to use Spiky Shield because I want to make sure that I actually can take out the last turn of Trick Room. There's one more turn of Trick Room left, so all I have to do is stall out that last turn, and hopefully I can be able to outspeed the last Pokemon on his team. But I looked at his team, and all his Pokemon are really, really slow, so I'm not really that worried. I was scared. I had to figure out which Pokemon to target. Do I target Torkoal or do I target Indeedee with my attacks? So I used Thumping Tantrum right here when I probably should have used Spiky Shield. And he's going to Helping Hand Heat Wave one more time, and I'm like, here we go, please survive, Orgrimmon. But instead, Orgrimmon's like, I'm a dodge. I mean, Iron Hand's gonna dodge, Orgrimmon's gonna get hit, but you can't be burned anyway because you're a fire type, so I don't have to worry about that. And now, I'm gonna get healed again. I get like no healing though, but I get healed enough where I'm happy. And the fact that I am I'm faster than a Armarouge, but I'm slower than an Indeedee as an Iron Hand is kind of funny. So now I'm gonna use Thumping Tantrum, barely survive, because that Rocky Helmet damage is insane. But the Twisted Dimension returned to normal, and now his last Pokemon, if he was sent out, considering how he only has one Pokemon left, I don't know why he's thinking so hard. But his last Pokemon is going to be Ursaluna, which is kind of funny, because I'm a little surprised that he brought Ursaluna, honestly. But this Pokemon is super slow, so I know I'm going to win no matter what. So I'm going to Drain Punch this, and I'm going to Ivy Cudgel it, because Ivy Cudgel is my most powerful move. Just so I can do as much damage as possible, and there's not much you can do about it. Even if he survived, it wouldn't matter, because I think he would have to have Earthquake, and he would have to Earthquake both my Pokemon to win. But the thing about Ursaluna likes to get a Guts boost, but he can't get a Guts boost because he surges on the field, so he can't get burned. So because of that reason, there was almost no way he was going to win that game. So that was the first match against Renata. Nice battling you. Let's go on to the second match so I can see you can see me use my other Pokemon and see how good they are. Okay, our next opponent is against JC, who is using Roaring Moon, Alolan Ninetales, Landorus, Iron Hands, Milotic, and Ogerpon. So this team is really interesting. I automatically know that Landorus is Scarfed because every Landorus is Scarfed. I automatically know that Iron Hands is Assault Vested because my Iron Hand is Assault Vested. And I know that Milotic most likely is burned or has a burn orb. And also, I know just how, I'll explain my thought process as I continue playing the game. I do watch competitive Pokemon a lot. I just don't play it as much because I don't think I'm the best at it. And my team building is unique, is the word I'll use. So I'm going to start off with my Hawlucha and my Weezing because of the fact that I want to get immediate Misty Surge value. I'm almost certain he's going to start off with his I feel like he's going to start off with his Roaring Moon, set up Tailwind, so I want to make sure that I can outspeed the Roaring Moon and do a high amount of damage with a Flying Press. So then I'm going to send out Chien-Pao and Fluttermane next because they're really good against his team. The only Pokemon that I'm not really that good against is the Orgrimmon, but I'm not really that worried about Orgrimmon because of the fact that I have Pokemon that can deal with it. Like Hawlucha outspeeds Orgrimmon no matter what, as long as I have the Unburden activated. And I probably can one-shot it or at least do a lot of damage with a Brave Bird. So I'm not really that worried about Orgrimmon at all. But this game, he starts off with a Landorus and a Ninetales, which I was not expecting at all. So I expected Ninetales, but I didn't expect Landorus. So Landorus is going to lower my attack, and I'm like, great. So I had to go for a Swords Dance to boost my attack up. And then here comes Ninetales with a Snow Warning. But the Misty Surge is going to activate my Misty Seed. And now I'm going to outspeed everything, because even though Landorus is Scarfed, I definitely outspeed that thing with my Hawlucha. That's why I use Hawlucha, Max Speed, and Unburden. It outspeeds half Pokemon in the game. So I'm going to use my Swords Dance, and I'm going to Terra into a Steel type. That way I can get my attack back up after Landorus obliterated it with a -1. I already do no damage, so I might as well try and get a Swords Dance up. Terra still looks so good on my Hawlucha. I wanted a shiny one, but I couldn't find one, so I was like, regular would have to do, and I like it too. So he's gonna use Protect with his Ninetales. I'm like, okay, not what I expected. And then it hit me that he's gonna use Protect Earthquake, and I was mad. But then I realized, why don't we use Earthquake? Because I definitely am a flying type, so he probably won't use it. And if they use U-Turn, and notice how I did outspeed the Landorus as I expected. If he used Earthquake right there, I would have been in a really, really bad position. But luckily for me, he did not. He just used U-Turn. But I was kind of mad about that too, because I know he can just bring back his Landorus next turn, lower my attack, and then I go back to neutral attack, and my Swords Dance is absolutely nothing. So he's gonna bring out his Iron Hands, and I'm like, uh-oh. This thing can easily one-shot me. So I'm gonna go for Sludge Bomb on Ninetales and not gonna do any damage at all, and I'm like, uh-oh. Because Protect. So now I'm worried because Ninetales will not die to this Sludge Bomb. Ninetales also outspeeds Weezing no matter what, and he's gonna get off a Aurora Veil before I can do anything. And I know Iron Hands will one-shot me easily. So I'm kind of confused on what I should do at the moment. So I decided to use Protect just to scout out what he's gonna do. And as expected, he's going to try and Aurora Veil me immediately. I was worried about a Drain Punch or worried about a Fake Out, but at the same time, he wouldn't probably Fake Out me when he just Drain Punch me instead. So even though he has a Aurora Veil up, that still does an insane amount of damage. He can't Drain Punch me because I'm using Protect, and he won't Drain Punch my Weezing because it's a Poison Fairy type. It won't take any damage from that. He can Heavy Slam it, however, and it will die. So that's fun. But because of the fact that I was worried about it, I'm going to use Brave Bird on Iron Hands and do some hopefully decent damage to it, because I don't want to switch out of my Hawlucha, because if I switch out, I'm going to lose my Unburden. No, I'm not going to lose my Unburden, but I'm going to lose my special attack increase. My special defense increase, I mean. So I don't want to switch out. And also, there's not really much my Hawlucha can do in this battle anyway, now that Landorus has destroyed its attack. So I'm just going to keep it in there and basically let it die. That's one of my biggest problems with Pokemon. I don't really have a good switch-in sometimes. But I'm going to use Brave Bird and do like no damage because Aurora Veil happened. And also he lowered my attack. If Aurora Veil wasn't up, it would have done way more. Iron Hands takes no damage from that thing either because of the Aurora Veil, and gains all the HP back because of the Drain Punch. So I'm like, this is a really, really bad position for me. But I'm not really that worried because I have Chien-Pao in the back, and Chien-Pao can easily Icicle Crash and obliterate this Landorus if need be. Also, I'm not really that worried about Landorus anyway with Chien-Pao because Chien-Pao definitely has Focus Sash, so I can survive one hit. So Chien-Pao comes out, and I'm like, please hit Icicle Crash, don't you dare miss. And I know Icicle Crash will easily one-shot Landorus. Also, most Landoruses are Terra flying, so he can't even Terra out of the situation. He has to hold this. So I'm going to use Icicle Crash. I know Landorus outspeeds because he's definitely Scarfed. So I'm worried about what move he's going to use. Landorus uses Rock Slide, and Chien-Pao dodges. And I'm like, yes, this is the best possible thing that could have happened. So Chien-Pao is going to Icicle Crash, and he dies because he get obliterated by the Ice of Doom. And I don't have to deal with that stupid land demon anymore. I'm going to use Strange Steam and get the luckiest crit of my life. So now I don't have to deal with Iron Hands because I got a crit. And then he's like, bye. And he destroys my Weezing with a Heavy Slam. And I'm like, oh, well, this is good for me because of the fact that I have Fluttermane left, and his two past Pokemon are dead. So I know Fluttermane and Shane-Pao both outspeed him, and Shane-Pao still has his Pokesash. So I literally don't have to worry about anything at all. And his last Pokemon is Roaring Moon, so I'm like, yes, I'm in a really good position. All because literally a Rock Slide missed me, and I got crit. Like, I was like, I deserve this win, honestly, if I even can win. So, because like I said, I know competitive Pokemon, even though I don't play it very often, and I'm not, well, either I'm not the best player at it. I'm on Dazzling Gleam because definitely going to kill Iron Hands. But I'm also, you may see that Sacred Sword is super competitive against Roaring Moon. Ice Dual Crash, however, is not super competitive against Roaring Moon. Roaring Moon did just get Ice Dual Crash is also competitive against Roaring Moon because of Dragon type. So, every single Roaring Moon will always Trash Slide into a Flying type. It is the most obvious thing ever. Knowing this, I purposely used Ice Dual Crash on it, and I purposely used Dazzling Gleam. That way, if it had a Pokesash or anything, it would die. So Roaring Moon's gonna survive because it is a really tanky Pokemon. But Dazzling Gleam's gonna obliterate both of them because it doesn't matter if you Terra, Fluttermane will kill you. That crit definitely did not matter, I'm pretty sure, because Fluttermane's special attack set is just that high where it doesn't matter. I'm also Choice Specs, and I'm Choice Specs, and it is also Stab. There was no way it was living that. And I knew it was gonna Terra into a Flying type, even if it was a Dragon type, I would have still been super competitive against it. I just knew what it was gonna do, so I was mentally prepared for that. And now all that's left is Ninetales, but we all know that Ninetales does not outspeed a Fluttermane or a Shane-Pao. So all I had to do is go for really Sucker Punch. But I go for Sacred Sword because it's not it's the only move that's effective against it. Doesn't even kill it though because the Aurora Veil exists. You know, Moonblast my Shane-Pao. I actually live without even the Pokesash, but it's really surprising. And then Dazzling Gleam is gonna obliterate this thing. And now I win the game. Like, that was the weirdest Pokemon battle. All because of I don't even know all because of a crit. I feel like the main reason why I won that game was because of the fact that yeah, it was probably the crit. Yeah, it was probably the crit. Because now I'm thinking about it, if I didn't get the crit right there, he would have had way more HP. And then I don't think that my Dazzling Gleam would have killed it because of the Aurora Veil. But no, I lied because I got another. Yeah, I don't think it would have killed, but I don't know. But that was the second game. So the third game, so I can see if we win or not. And also, I forgot to mention, we're in Great Ball tier because I'm not Master Rank. Like I told you, I do not play this game that much. And also, the season did reset when I started recording this video. So, yeah. Yay, another Armarouge team. Fun. So, basically, Indeedee, Armarouge, Tornadus, Landorus, Fluttermane, and I believe the Pokemon's name is... Huh, I forgot Pokemon's name. Poltergeist. I think it was called Poltergeist? I could be wrong about that. That's not Poltergeist. I forgot the Pokemon's name. But either way, this is his team. It looks really actually interesting besides the Indeedee Armarouge part. And in case you don't know why, I don't really hate Indeedee Armarouge, but literally the only type of Pokemon that's not Cresselia that's actually good right now is Armarouge. And it's because of the fact that it gets Expanding Force and it has a really high special attack set. It also is the only Pokemon in the game besides I believe the 3 Late Guardians that actually gives Expanding Force, and that is the reason why it's really, really strong right now. And people have been using it all the time, and I really, really hate it because it's just kind of boring. Because Armarouge itself isn't even a problem. It's really just Indeedee. Indeedee just says, follow me, or helping hand, and then you just die. So I use the same strategy I used before, where I basically have Weezing in the back, the way I can get rid of the terrain if necessary. And I have, of course, my Iron Hands up front, so I can use Fake Out and just stop them from doing their thing. So like usual, it's Indeedee Armarouge, but like I told you, it's really just Indeedee that annoys me. So this time I'm going to lead out my my Hawlucha, because I was worried that they were going to try to lead a different lead, and I was going to have Hawlucha punish them by using a Flying Press or a Brave Bird. Also, by the way, you can definitely use this team and switch out Hawlucha or for any Pokemon you want. I just like Hawlucha, that's why I picked it. So I'm going to figure out Armarouge, and I'm going to, of course, switch into my Weezing. That way I can set the Misty Surge and do the exact same play we did in the first game. And it will work out the exact same way because of the fact that it always works out the exact same way. I just follow this team so much so I know exactly what's going to happen. It happens a lot. Like Armarouge and Indeedee is the main thing I see a lot. So Weezing's gonna come out of nowhere, summon the Surge of Mist, and then we're going to make the entire battlefield Misty. They're gonna terrestrialize because every single person does that thing. Let's terrestrialize into a second type, obliterate everything on the field that's not a dark type, and win the game. Because that's so much fun. And now he's gonna use Expanding Force and obliterate my team. But because of Fake Out, we win. But he has weak armor. And this is the part of the game where I lose. Because weak armor is the worst thing ever. So now I'm doing him to follow me. I hate the move follow me. I feel like follow me should have a ban on it where you cannot use it twice in a row. I just hate that move. Like, follow me is so annoying. All it does is just make it so you have target Pokemon, and indeed he's thick and doesn't die when hits anything. It's just really strong because it doesn't die, and it's really annoying because sets up Trick Room, Helping Hand, Dazzling Gleam, Trick Room, Helping Hand, Psychic, Trick Room, Helping Hand, follow me. It is really annoying. So I'm gonna tear my, of course, Iron Hands, because I feel like he's gonna target my Iron Hands with a Expanding Force and obliterate it, or just any move in general. So I'm gonna tear out Water. That way I can survive a Heat Wave or Expanding Force. He's in Expanding Force, and I'm like, prepare for this. So here comes it, and it is almost half my health because that's how strong Terra Psychic Expanding Force is. I'm gonna Clear Smog this person, getting rid of his boost. But then it hit me that I may have literally this play actually is my downfall. So he lives on 1 health. The only reason why he lived on 1 health is because I Clear Smogged his defense down boost. If I did not Clear Smog his defense down, I would have got rid of this Armor Rouge immediately, and I wouldn't have to worry about it. But because I Clear Smogged it, he now re-got his speed buff, and now his defense is down. But the only Pokemon I have that can outspeed his Armor Rouge is, of course, my my Hawlucha. But here's the problem. Indeedee can just spam follow me over and over and over and over again. So there's nothing I can do anymore to hit this Armor Rouge without dying. Because I didn't notice this until I made this video. But why are 3 of my 6 Pokemon weak to Psychic? That is not good news. So I'm going to use Protect my Weezing, because I thought he can go after it. But instead he goes after my Iron Hands, obliterating it with a Psychic Surge, because he double targeted my Iron Hands with Indeedee and Armor Rouge. So I was kind of mad. If I decided to go for a Sludge Bomb instead of going for a stupid Protect right there, I also would have killed the Armor Rouge, but instead I decided to not do that. So now I'm going to bring out Chien-Pao, because I was like, okay, Chien-Pao is a fast Pokemon. Maybe it can outspeed this thing. It cannot. I don't even know why, honestly, I brought out Chien-Pao. Oh, I know what happened. Yes, I know what happened. The Misty Surge was up, so I decided to use Chien-Pao and Sucker Punch this Armor Rouge. Indeed, you follow me. I thought Sucker Punch would still beat the Armor Rouge, considering how I literally targeted the Armor Rouge and he used a move, and Sucker Punch always goes first. But because I guess, because of the fact that Indeedee exists, Indeedee just said the words "no," and just made it so that way there is no way I can hit this person. So because of the spell defense buff that Indeedee got, it takes no damage from this Sludge Bomb. So I decided to just use my Clear Smog on it to get rid of the spell defense buff, so I can actually do a lot of damage to it. And then I'm gonna try and Sucker Punch this. I want to Sucker Punch this Armor Rouge, but I can't do it because Indeedee keeps using Follow Me, and it's just like, why? It's so much fun. I hate Follow Me. Like, I just hate this move. And then some reason why Armor Rouge had Aura Spear, I'm like, why? Okay. Maybe because he wants to be able to hit, but he just uses Heat Wave, so I guess he didn't want to miss the Heat Wave, so he used Aura Spear. So I'm gonna go for Clear Smog. And there's not much I can do about it, so I have to hold that. So now I'm gonna send out my Hawlucha, who outspeeds everything, so I don't have to worry about anything anymore. All I have to do is one-shot this annoying Indeedee, and then I can deal with the Armor Rouge as planned. So I'm gonna get my spell defense buff, but now more importantly, we're gonna activate Unburden, so we can outspeed everything on the entire planet. So I'm going to go after the Armor Rouge with Brave Bird. And I'm gonna go after the Indeedee with Sludge Bomb, I believe. So because of that reason, I should be in a really good position, because I'm pretty sure Indeedee's not gonna die, but at least I'll be able to hopefully hit this Armor Rouge if he doesn't use Follow Me. But instead he has Ender, And this is the second time I fought against a Armarouge using Endure. And the second I saw that move, I was like, yeah, I lose. And the reason why I said, yeah, I lose, is because all they do Endure, Weak Armor exists, they live on 1 HP no matter what, and they get a speed buff, and then they outspeed everything. So most NDDs have Trick Room. Some NDDs just use Helping Hand and Follow Me. This NDD literally has Helping Hand, not Helping Hand, it has Dazzling Gleam, Follow Me, and I'm like, why? Like, all it did was Dazzling Gleam, Follow Me, and Psychic. Just so it can keep this Armarouge alive and he can continuously attack me with this Terra Psychic Expanding Force and Terra Psychic Heat Waves, and I'm like, uh-oh, I lose this game. So this is definitely an L. There's no way I'm winning. So I'm going to use Protect with Hawlucha anyway because I'm like, well, maybe I can somehow kill this guy. Maybe he won't use Follow Me, but you know, he uses Follow Me. He's like, I don't have it to use any other move because he really doesn't, and he knows that. So I made the right read using Protect. But he decides to just be like, I don't care about anything. Sludge Bomb, no. So I can finally kill NDD, so I'm like, yes. But the problem is, there is no way I'm outspeeding this Armarouge. So I'm like, well, even with my double speed, I'm pretty sure +4 Armarouge outspeeds Hawlucha. So I cannot win. And just to make sure that I don't outspeed his Armarouge, he brings out Tornadus, and I'm like, are you serious? So even if I could kill Armarouge, I'm still in a bad position. There's no way I can beat a Tornadus with a fighting type and a Pokemon that has 1 HP. So I'm like, okay, let's try and outspeed this thing, even though I know I can't outspeed it. And Tornadus is like, no, you're not gonna outspeed anything. So I go for Double Protect because I was just scared in general. And he's like, let me use Ender again. I'm like, what is wrong with you? Like, why are you like this? And for some reason, he's like, also, I want to use Tailwind because I'm making sure I outspeed you. And then I didn't really misplay, but honestly, I just knew I lost, so I used Sludge Bomb. I should have used, I really should have used Clear Smog and just got rid of his stat boost. I don't know why I used Sludge Bomb, but I guess in my brain I thought I won. Well, won as in I killed Armarouge, so I don't have to worry about it anymore. So I'll just use Sludge Bomb. It doesn't really matter what I use. But I should have used Clear Smog, even though in my head, I think I did the right play, but you know, this game is over. I can't do anything against this Armarouge. He's gonna Expanding Force and obliterate my Hawlucha, and then he's gonna use his his Tornadus and attack me with Bleak Wind Storm, and I lose the game. So that was the third battle. Sadly, it was an L, but you can't win them all in Pokemon, literally, no matter what you do. But I would try my best to win the next time I upload a video of this. But not only this team, but any team in general. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to use the rental code is right up here. I had a lot of fun, honestly, with this team. And if you have any suggestions in the comments, let me know. If you enjoyed the video and want to see more Pokemon content, let me know any teams you have, or what you want me to, or what other games you want to see me play. Pokemon is not the only game I play. I'm also going to be posting a lot of Mario Party videos on my channel because I just play Mario Party on my free time. So if I'm not playing Dead by Daylight, I'm playing Mario Party. If I'm playing Mario Party, I'm playing Pokemon. So, and I've been recording those games. So I'm just going to post them. The Mario Party games are only like 1 minute long, so it's really easy. It's a really fun thing to watch. It won't take up most of your time if you want to watch it or not. But I'll see y'all in the next video. Have a nice day.